Hi, Ms. Johnson.
Hi, how are you?
So I just wanted, talk a little bit about kind of getting an idea from you of how your home life is kind of set up. I've talked a lot with the doctors and the nurses just to get an idea of a good discharge plan for you once you leave the hospital. So I just wanted to kind of touch base with you and see how things are at home.
Things are good. I think they're good. I mean, I live with my son, well, my son lives with me. Um, he works during the day, so I'm by myself, but I am pretty much, I sleep on a pull-out couch, because that's just comfortable for me. I actually haven't gotten off it for a while. I've been sitting on that couch for like 2 years. I don't walk. Um, But, I mean, my son's pretty great. He gets everything ready for me before he leaves for work, packs up a cooler, lunch, things like that, drinks, anything I need. Um, and it works until he comes home for dinner, and then he makes me dinner. So it's nice.
Okay.
It's okay.
Well, I mean, it sounds like the way you have a setup with your son is kind of has been working for you somewhat.
Yeah, it works. I mean, I'm sure it's not, I'm sure everyone thinks I'm kind of crazy or, for the way it's been working, but, I mean, he helps me and I appreciate that, so, it works, yeah, it works. It's good.
Well, I know we don't think you're crazy. I wouldn't want you to think that. We're just a little bit concerned about kind of your safety with you going back home. And I know you said your son is there,
Mhm.
but he's not there 24/7.
Mhm.
So we just want to make sure that while you're at home, you're able to get your needs met, especially since, you're not mobile. You said you haven't walked in 2 years?
No, I don't move. I do work. I work at home. I actually edit textbooks, so, but I love my work, so I just stay busy, and, just as time's gone on, I just haven't been able to move. I used to be able to at least sit up, and I don't do that anymore. Even sitting up the way I am now in bed is a little uncomfortable because I haven't been like this for 2 years. But I have a puppy. My puppy's at home, and he keeps me company. He's my friend, so that helps. And I just would love to get home to my puppy. I think that would be great to be home with my dog. He
Um,
misses me.
that's really nice. What's your puppy's name?
Um, sm- Sorry, Smiley.
Smiley? Oh, that's
Yeah,
a nice name for your
yeah.
puppy.
I get really sad talking about him because I know he misses me. My daughter has him right now, but I don't know. That's really kind of all other than work
Mhm.
and my dog.
Well, I mean, you have some good things for you definitely at home right now. You're
Mhm.
able to work, and it
Mhm.
seems like it's a job that you really
I love
enjoy.
my job.
Yeah, and the
I do
fact
a
that you
really
can
good
do it at
job. Yeah.
home is definitely a plus.
Mhm.
And you have your dog Smiley at home,
Mhm.
so Smiley's around.
Yeah.
But even the other things that you kind of mentioned, you said even sitting up for you is kind of difficult, right?
Yeah. I mean, physical therapy's coming in here and just kind of getting me to a position where I'm not almost where I'm sitting straight up. And it's just pressure. There's a lot of pressure going on. I mean, I'm a big woman, so I have this big bed. So a lot of pressure is going different places, and it's just sad. It's hard knowing that, I'm young. I'm only 63,
Mm-hmm.
so I shouldn't be in this position. I shouldn't have my kids taking care of me. I took care of them my whole life, and now too young for them to care for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely understandable, where the point that you're at, where you've always been kind of a caretaker
Hmm.
for your children, and now,
I'm the only parent. My husband left when they were young.
yeah, so you've been taking care of your kids for a long time, and now that they're taking care of you, it seems kind of different, right?
Yeah, it's hard. They're
Yeah.
young. They're, 30 and 29, so
Mhm.
they shouldn't have to do that.
So it seems to me that you kind of want to get some of your independence back. We've been thinking, and we would like to maybe see you go to a short-term skilled rehab.
Hmm.
And at the short-term skilled rehab, you'll have more of a focus on your physical therapy needs
Hmm.
and hopefully get you mobile again. Because right now, like you said, you haven't been walking.
I mean, it'd just even be nice to maybe like get in like a chair, like a one of those fancy scooters that you see the commercials, and I could take my dog out because he has to wait till my son comes home, and that's difficult and that's not fair. And it'd be nice to on those nice days just play ball with him. He would love that. He loves me, and I think he would like playing with me outside.
Yeah, I see. Once again, I just keep hearing how you just want to be more independent again and move around, and you have your dog at home. So definitely, at a short-term school to rehab, you'll be able to do that. They can definitely help you being able to transport yourself into a wheelchair or one of those motorized scooters that you just mentioned.
That would be great.
That would be awesome, yeah. And see, that's definitely a first goal, a good goal to set up first before actually getting yourself more mobile.
Right.
And even if you can only transfer into a wheelchair or into a motorized scooter, that would definitely make us feel more comfortable that you're going to be safe at home, you'll be able to move around more.
Well, my son is I mean, it's not definite, but he's talking about actually moving out. So, I mean, if he moves out, then what? I can't, my daughter has her own things going on. She just got laid off from work, broke up with her boyfriend, bought a new house. So she has her own worries as well. So, I mean, it'd be great if, no, I mean, there was a nurse who helped me one of the last times I left here, and if I can at least transfer into a chair, and she could just come by and just make sure I was doing okay, that would, after, going to therapy in a facility, that would be nice. I wouldn't need them that much, and I could do that.
Yeah, see, I keep hearing how much you want to be more independent. And, you're giving me a lot of great ideas about, you're kind of creating a plan for yourself, not only possibly going to the short-term skilled rehab, or even just what could happen once you leave there and you're back home. I hear you saying it would be awesome to transfer in a chair. And even if your son does move out, at least you'll have that mobility. And even, you just said you had a friend who's a nurse.
Yeah.
So that's a really good plan to have, to be able to move around in a wheelchair and then still have someone come and check in on you from time to time.
Yeah.
But you're still being very independent. And I think that's one of the things that sounds like is very important to you. And coming from us at the hospital, is definitely important for us that you have that sense of independence.
No, and I know therapy keeps setting goals for me, so that's nice, and they work with me. It's just hard. I mean, I feel like I've just become so lonely, and I'd rather be by myself and work, but I never used to be like that, and I think I just let myself believe that's how I'm gonna be, and I'm still young. Still young. I mean, I can still do a lot, huh?
Definitely. You can definitely, like you said, you're still young. You're in your early 60s. We don't want your, I guess, at this point, your lack of mobility to keep you from going out and exploring your neighborhood, and even getting out and playing with your dog, Smiley. Being able to move around more. You don't have to be confined to that couch, in your house or your apartment. Even if you don't want to necessarily go out and about in town, at least you have the option to.
Yeah, that's nice. And everyone keeps telling me I could probably do so much more, and I think that's a good idea. I could probably work. You think they have where I can bring my computer and work?
Oh, definitely. You can definitely bring your computer with you. You won't have to miss out on work. Whereas here, like, you have your computer with you while you're here. You can do work there as well. Here, you're only getting, probably like 1 day of physical therapy for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and it's not, it's just even sitting up in bed, so we haven't even gotten to the point, and I know it's going to take a while. I can't think that, in a week I'm going to be out of bed and walking around. I know that. But I just want to prove to my kids that I am capable. I mean, I did so much for them, and I want them to know I still can do so much.
Yeah, and I'm sure they do believe that you can do a lot, and I'm sure that they do want the best for you, especially since you've been there for them their whole life.
Yeah.
So it's definitely
We need each other. It's always been the three of us, so
mhm.
I can't just let go and, living the way I was that's not right. It's not right.
And I'm glad that it seems like you want to make a change. And if you go to this skilled rehab, you'll get more rigorous physical therapy.
Mhm.
You're doing it more times a day. You're doing it for longer. And they're doing more with you than just sitting up. And then, once again, they can help you learn how to transfer into a wheelchair
Yeah.
if needed.
Is it wrong to say that maybe seeing people that are worse off than me might give me...
No, it's not wrong. I mean, I think we all take our motivation from
Yeah.
different
I mean,
places.
that doesn't sound, I don't mean to say it like that, but,
Mhm.
just to see that people are in similar positions and maybe to see
Yeah.
how far they've come.
Yeah,
That
and
might
I
be...
think it's definitely understandable that you could probably be able to relate more with people who are kind of in your same situation
Yeah.
and see how far
But they might be old, and, that might be motivation because I'm not that old.
Well, not everyone in a short-term rehab is old. It ranges from young to old. It's just people that need more help with
Yeah, I shouldn't say
moving
that's not
around
nice,
and
yeah. I need to realize that I need to be there just as much as anyone else does.
yeah.
So I think that's a good idea. I just want to be home with my dog and, not rely on everyone, so.
Well, it seems like you're still kind of on the fence on whether or not this might be a good way for you to go to skill rehab or just to return home. So I'd like to, if you don't mind, maybe do a worksheet with you. And it's called a balancing worksheet.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll basically lay out pros and cons of going home or going to a skilled rehab. Would you mind if we kind of worked together and did it?
No, that would be fun. I'm not going anywhere, so I've got all the time in the world.
All right, I have it right here. And so we can kind of go along with this together. Would you want to write or would you want me to
No,
write?
you can write. I don't write very well. I
Okay.
always use the computer anymore, so.
That's fine, I can write. So we can first start with the pros and benefits of making a change, and as in going to the skilled rehab.
Okay.
So what are some benefits that you can
Well, I
kind
can
of...
play with Smiley.
Oh,
I
that's
can take him
definitely
out
one.
and be able to kind of care for him
Mm-hmm.
the way he should. I don't know why he's such a good dog. I don't get a chance to play with him like he should.
Oh, I'm sure he loves you just as much as you love him.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to play with Smiley. You'll also be able to care for Smiley
Yeah.
more than you can now. Can you
Feed him
feed him?
and, take him outside when he has to go to the bathroom.
Just kind of total care for him, right?
Yeah, everyone takes their dogs to the groomers. That would be neat to do.
So that kind of goes along with kind of being more mobile, right? Being able to take him out of the house to the groomers and walk
being able to
him,
get out of bed
get
and
out of...
and even if it's with someone helping, but I mean that's more than I could say I've done in years.
So get out of the bed and get out of the house.
Not rely on my kids.
Being more independent. There's that word again. Being more independent.
I mean, yeah, that's a good word. I was always such an independent woman. And I just guess I let it just go.
And and that's what we're trying to help you with. We're trying to help you get that independency back,
Yeah, everyone likes an independent woman, huh?
Definitely. Can you think of maybe any other benefits or pros?
Well, maybe I used to work for Philadelphia County Community College.
Okay.
And I mean, that's what I would do, a lot of online stuff, but maybe I could actually, one day, get back into the workforce and work on one of the campuses
Okay.
or, just being somewhere rather than, I'm being more social.
So getting an outside job and just being more social.
Yeah, I used to be social. It's easy not to be when you're stuck in bed.
Yeah, and we definitely want to see you get out there more and be more social. Wow, we've got a lot of good points. Let's see, playing with Smiley, caring for him, getting out of bed, getting out of the house, being more independent, getting an outside job, and just being more social in general, right? And can I add one more?
Yeah.
Just being able to take better care of yourself altogether. How does that sound?
That should probably be at the top of the list, huh?
Yeah, being able to take care of yourself altogether. And I mean, all these other things that you came up with kind of feed into that. But we want to make sure that, we're putting you first.
Yeah.
This is about getting you back to being independent and being able to take care of yourself. So you don't have to rely on
That's a
anyone.
good way to put it. I need to think about myself. What I need.
Definitely.
Those other things are just things to make me be who I need to be, but I need to, care for myself.
That
I haven't
self-care.
done that in a long time.
Being a mom, I think sometimes moms forget how to take care of themselves, and it's all about their children. But you deserve to think about yourself now. Your kids are grown. They're moving on. So let's focus on you now.
Yeah, I think it's time.
Can you think of any cons to maybe not going?
Well,
going to a skilled rehab? Any reasons you might not want to go to one?
like I said, and I don't need to stereotype, but I'm afraid it's going to be a lot of older people. I'm afraid that, you hear stories, and I'm just going to be one of those, one of the many of numbers that are in there, and maybe I'm not going to get what I need. But I mean, that's just kind of what you hear, and I know that's scary. It's scary to...
And your feelings are definitely valid, and your concerns are important. And it's important to listen to the concerns that you have.
Yeah.
And we'll try definitely our best to work with you and place you into a good facility that we know that you'll be able to get your needs met.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's definitely normal for you to feel that way. So, don't feel like it's a problem if those are your concerns. We definitely want you to voice your opinion. So,
well, and I think the only other thing is just not being home. You know what I mean? It's just being out of my own environment and not having my dog, who's, I consider my friend, it's sad, but my best friend, my companion.
That's sad. That's actually really nice. And we might actually be able to arrange for your dog to maybe come out and visit.
Really? Oh my gosh, that would be great.
Maybe your daughter or your son could
Yeah.
bring them. And, I will double check with facilities and see which facilities are animal friendly.
Even if, they help me get into a chair and I can go outside, and if he's there, that would be great.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, if that could happen.
Right. If you're working towards that goal, you get to a point where you can get out into a chair. That would be nice. Someone can bring your dog around.
Yeah, that would be
You can
fantastic.
get some time outside. So being
maybe,
away from your dog.
Yeah. I guess that's, I don't know. It obviously seems like a lot more cons. I'm sorry, pros and cons. Other than those things, I can't really think
of any other reason.
They're going to take care of me, right?
Oh, yeah, they definitely.
Give me all my medication and, and there's goals set.
Yeah, definitely make sure you're hitting your goals. Definitely. All right, we can move on to the next portion. What would be the benefits of not making a change? So what would be the benefits of you just going back home and not working towards, going to the skilled rehab or working towards being more independent?
My comfort zone.
So it's your comfort zone. That's a really, really good answer.
And it's hard to get out of that, especially, even if I've moved around before that, but, I know where things are, and like things, but,
Mhm.
I mean, they always say it's time to get out of that comfort zone, right?
Mhm.
Um,
Can you think of anything else? Any benefits for you just to go back home and not do anything?
I mean, not really, especially if my son's moving out. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
that's a benefit. And, my daughter keeps coming in and she's so upset, and, the thought of me having to go home, and
Yeah.
I mean, to see your daughter cry, she cares about me, and I don't want to,
Mhm.
hurt her anymore.
Okay. Would you mind if you put that in the con list?
Yeah.
The cons of you not making a change is that your kids are going to be concerned about you.
Mhm.
They're concerned with their well-being. Your daughter doesn't want you to go home, you said?
Mm-mm.
So she kind of would like to see you go to...
Oh, she definitely wants me to go somewhere for rehab.
Mm-hmm.
She just seen how over time, I've just let go more and more and more.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's good you have your children around, and it sounds like they really do care about you a
Oh, they're
lot.
great. Yeah. I guess I did something right. Another con, probably just my health and my well-being. I mean, if I don't go and just, head home, I'm just probably going to get more and more sick.
Right.
I have my own health issues that I'm not dealing with. I haven't been to the doctor. It's all too much because I haven't been able to really move. So,
Mm-hmm.
and just, everything slips by. And
Yeah. And you were dealing with a lot of health issues before
yeah,
you came here to the hospital.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't take care of them the right way, and that's probably why I'm so sick now.
Mm-hmm.
Too young.
Definitely. I definitely hear your concerns and definitely understand where you're coming from. Kids being concerned with your well-being, your health having declined.
I mean, I'm sure there's so many more cons, but I mean, just right off the bat, it's obvious
Right.
that I need to be where I need to be, and that's not at home.
So, I mean, this you can actually take with you.
Okay.
You can look at it, have it as kind of like a guide to maybe help you make a decision and being comfortable with the
Mhm.
decision that you're making. And like I said, we're here to address any concerns that you have,
Mhm.
and anything that may come up. You can even add to the list.
Will you help me get and find these places?
Oh, yes, we have a list of facilities all over Delaware County.
Okay, because I don't want to be far from my kids or.
And where do you live right now?
I live in Media.
In Media. We have lots of facilities in Media,
Okay.
just all over Delaware County, and even if you want to be closer to maybe where your children live,
Mhm.
if they don't live in Delaware County, we
Right.
have facilities also in Philadelphia,
Okay.
Chester
Well, Jennifer
County.
my daughter Jennifer lives in Philadelphia,
In
but
Philadelphia.
I might want to stay closer because then I have to follow up with doctors and
Mhm.
Smiley's around.
Mhm.
So,
Well, we have, like I said, there's facilities all over, so we can I can bring
and
you
we'll
a
talk.
list.
Maybe we can just keep talking about, what I need, and you'll talk to physical therapy and
Mhm.
nursing, and
Mhm.
really get an understanding as to what my needs are, and we'll find the
Yeah.
right place for that.
And now that you've told me your concerns about, wanting to be able to transfer and even making
Mhm.
that a goal, I can definitely talk to physical therapy
Okay.
and see how that would be,
That sometimes
see their
works.
recommendations, and then talk to nurses and let them know kind of where you're coming from and what your concerns are. And we'll definitely work towards putting you into a good facility
Okay.
and making
Because I've
sure
been
that
getting
you're
crazy
comfortable.
sometimes at night. I don't know if it's a medication or my infection.
Mhm.
So sometimes I think I talk a little crazy.
Well-
So if you can just, say the things that I've said and
Mhm.
just kind of speak up for me, that will help because, this helped a lot. And I think for the first time, everyone just kind of comes in and hears briefly about how I've been living and
Mhm.
just kind of overlooks, really why I've been living the way I have, or, don't really focus on why I need help, or,
Mhm. Well, I
any
mean,
strengths or anything like that. They just come and go and come and go.
and that, I mean, that's what I'm here for. I'm here
Okay.
to kind of be your voice if you don't feel comfortable or you don't feel as though your concerns are kind of being heard by nursing and the doctors. And I know it can be tough at times, especially with coming from the doctors who are at this, they're coming from a medical background, a medical standpoint, and they feel as though, they know what's best. But if we all work together, and I'll definitely make your concerns heard, if we all work together, I know that we can make a plan for you that will make not only you happy, but also make us happy and make us feel as though you're going to get the best treatment that you can and you have a safe plan.
Yeah, I need to be safe.
Exactly, that's very,
My
very
health,
important.
I need to worry about my health.
And we'll definitely check out any health concerns that you have here before discharging you.
Okay.
We won't discharge you with you feeling as though you're still sick or, there's still things going on with you medically.
Okay.
Definitely.
I think this is good. I think it's a good start.
Good start,
It makes me feel
definitely.
better that, we have some kind of plan, and I'm not just, as much as I want to go home and everyone wants to go home, but I know that's not right place to be. And in the long run, I'll be better off. So thank you. This helped a lot.
Oh, you're welcome. And I'm glad that you see this as a good start for you. And I want you to just hold on to
Yeah.
this. And then next time.
Jennifer's coming in today, so I'll talk to her about it. I'm sure
that's
this will make her
great.
very happy knowing that, I've kind of moved on to the other side of the plan and not just stuck with going home.
All right, and if you need me to touch base with Jennifer, I definitely can. And I'll actually, I'll make up a list of some of the facilities that we might look into for you to go to.
That would be
and
great.
I'll bring it once Jennifer comes and we can all
Yeah,
kind
she
of.
should be here soon, so maybe after lunch if you
Okay.
want to come. She works she's like a guidance counselor, so she's a good doer just like you. So that would be great.
Okay. Yeah, so we can definitely sit down and work together and see where to take you next.
Perfect.
Sounds good?
Thank you.
All right,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thanks.
Cut.